folks. Hey, today's tutorial is a song titled Back Home Again. The artist is John Denver. The writer is John Denver. We found this on the LP here, shown in the background. The LP titled Back Home Again. Same title as the song we're doing. Hey, folks, this was a number 5 on the top Billboard 100 decades back. And not only being number 5 on the top Billboard, it was number 1 on the country music charts. It actually won in CMA, and I believe that's the Country Music Association, of what that CMA stands for. It was the Song of the Year in 1975. They chose it as nothing better. It was the tops. The Song of the Year. And not to mention, it was the number 1 on the country music charts. So this is a well-liked song. I think, don't quote me on any of this. This is just my opinion, but this is probably the best truck driver song ever. I don't know how you could really top this one. And with that said, I still have my chauffeur's license, so it's kind of near and dear to me too. So, but anyway, I'm going to do a playthrough for you, kind of my take on the song. We're in standard tuning. I think actually a song like this, it's not real difficult, except for the part is it's so clean. I mean, you do a blooper, it sticks out like a sore thumb. But anyway, I'm going to try to put bass notes in it. Bass notes meaning it gives you that country feel to it too. But it keeps the rhythm going, and if you're doing a solo thing, it puts a little bit more into it rather than just like that. So I'll do my playthrough. I'll come back, and I'll show you what I'm doing.
Heavy on your shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from riding on the prairies up in the sky. 10 days on the road are barely gone. There's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove, but it's the light in your eyes that makes it warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. It's good to be back home again. There's all the news to tell him. I just spend your time. And what's the latest thing the neighbors say? Your mother called last Friday, sunshine made her cry. You felt the baby move just yesterday. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. It's good to be back. sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home, like a fire softly burning, supper on the stove. It's the light in your eyes that makes me warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Hey, it's good to be back home again.
Hey, folks, a lot of bloopers there. Kind of just what I was talking about. When your fingers don't want to go where you want them to go, there's no hiding it. There's no hiding it. And in that last chorus, the second to the last chorus, for some reason, my fingers continue to want to go to a B7 instead of an A. And when that happens, you can't hide it. But in regards to my tutorials, never stop playing. I've seen some of the greatest musicians, and they're sitting there playing, and all of a sudden they screw up. They stop playing. Don't stop playing. Just ride through it. Recover. And everybody screws up. Matter of fact, you want to see some good humor? I think out on the internet they got Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones, all of his bloopers where he starts in the wrong key, this, that, and the other thing. Hey, we're all human. Anyway, so make sure we're in standard tuning. And I started out some stuff up here, and I'm not going to really show you that because I just call that kind of noodling. I was just kind of getting warmed up for the song and just picking along a little bit to kind of bring the song in. You certainly don't have to do that. And I got the idea because I was watching John Denver doing this live, and his band in the background was kind of bringing the song in, and the lead guitar player in back was doing some nice little licks. But anyway, so we're doing E, and so you want to get to rocking back and forth on your E and A string. So you go boom, 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 boom. And so there's a farm across the valley. At that point, it's an E7th. And now you're going to go to an A. And the A is similar. You want to get your bass notes in there. So you'd be open A to your D string. Then you go to a B7th. And to get that, and B7th is played like this. And folks, if you don't know these chords, just go on the internet and put guitar chord B7th, and it'll pop right up exactly where you put your fingers. But this one here, to get that bass note in there, watch this finger here. You got to get that. You got to get it rocking back and forth. Get that bass note in there. Okay? Clouds are rolling, the afternoon is heavy on his shoulder. Then he goes to go back down to E. Then do a walk up, and I'm doing that walk up like this. And then just come back and play an E. Let's check out to E7 to an A. Same thing, back and forth to that B7. Makes to an E. Now we're going into the second verse, and we're doing another walk up. E. Same thing. E7 to an A to a B7. It's repetitious, so walk up again. E7 to an A to a B7 and get that bass note in there. E. Now here's a walk up to A. Okay, we're going to start the first chorus. Okay, so it's open A. It's good to a B7 to an E. Walk up again. Same walk up. A, B7 to an E. Now another walk up to B7. Good to be back home again. And then, hey folks, it's the third verse already, and we won't go into that. Just get your words right. It's all the same thing. Walk up, and you do the same thing. And then after the third verse, there's a chorus with the same walk-ups and walk-downs in them. And then it comes to after your second chorus. So let's break into it. Go into the bridge. And hey, it's good to be back home again. Now we're going to do a walk up to the bridge. A time B7 to an E. Ba-dee-da. Okay. Oh, the time that I can say this time. Walk up. Ba-dee-da. A. Walk down to an F sharp minor. Open A. Feel your finger to a B7 to an E. Walk up to an A. Kisses at a B7 to an E and a walk up to an A. And that walk down again. F sharp minor. That A to a B7. Now we got to get back into verse 4, so we're going to walk that B7 down. It's the sweetest thing. Now we're verse 4. Folks, we don't have to, if you did verse 1 and 2, and same thing with 3, just get your words down. All the instrumentation is the same. And then we do the chorus, okay? And then for the outro, and that chorus is identical to the other two choruses we already did. And then the outro is actually another chorus. So it's, hey, it's good to be 7 to an E, to an E7th, walk up to an A. Sometimes the soul far feels, walk up again to an A. And hey, it's good to be back home again. There's a little walk down. Okay, you're on E. Sorry. You're on E and you go. And then hit that B7. Hey, it's good back. And then come into an A. And to an E. You can't get a better campfire song than this one. Hope it helps, folks. Hope to see you out there playing around a campfire. Hey, maybe a coffee house. And for sure, don't forget the folks at the care centers.